Hello everyone, my name is Pranita Kaududerkar and I am from Chandrapur, and today we discuss about the topic of body cavities from the human anatomy and physiology. Firstly we see that what is the body cavities. So body cavities is the space within the body or inside the body in which the structures and organs are reside, and another word we can say that the it is a fluid filled spaces in the body or inside the body, in which the which hold and protect the internal organs, and body cavities are separated by the membranes and the other structures of the body. Firstly we see that the body cavities, and then we classify the body cavities. First one is the dorsal cavities, and second one is the ventral cavity. Dorsal cavity is body cavity which is present backside of the body, and ventral cavity is the cavity which is present front side of the body. Dorsal cavity is the cavity within the body which allow the perception and sensation to the nervous system, and it is present into the brain or the spinal cord. It is divided into the two types, cranial cavity and the spinal cavity. And then we see the ventral cavity. Ventral cavity is the cavity present in the front side of the human body, and ventral cavity allows the organ to change shape and size without disturbing the nearby organs or the other nearby tissues. Ventral cavity is divided into the three types: thoracic cavity, pelvic cavity, and abdominal cavity. The pelvic cavity and abdominal cavity is combinedly called as the abdominopelvic cavity. It is separated from the thoracic cavity, and uh, abdominopelvic cavity separated from the thoracic cavity, and it involve the dome shaped diaphragm. Firstly we see that the what is cranial cavity and the spinal cavity. It is the type of dorsal cavity. Firstly, cranial cavity. Cranial cavity is cavity present within the brain, and it is the space within the skull that contain the brain and brain stem. And spinal cavity is present within the spinal cord, and it also known as the spinal canal, which present within the vertebral column that protect and hold the spinal cord and the spinal nerves. Next we see that the what is the ventral cavity. Ventral cavity is again divided into the two types, that is the three types: pelvic cavity, abdominal cavity, and the thoracic cavity. Firstly we see that the what is for thoracic cavity, the space or the cavity which is present between the chest, called as the thoracic cavity. And thoracic cavity is again divided into the two types, that is the pleural cavity and the pericardium cavity. In the pleural cavity is the space within the inner and outer layers of the lungs, called as the pleural cavity, and it is also present in the trachea or the esophagus. And pericardium cavity is the space within the space present within the heart. And pelvic cavity and abdominal cavity. Abdominal cavity is present in the intestine, stomach, pancreas, kidney, and the adrenal gland. And pelvic cavity is present into the bladder or reproductive organs. And abdominal and pelvic cavity is commonly called as the abdominopelvic cavity. so um, which membrane is present in cavity. So firstly we see the cranial cavity and the spinal cavity, which is present into brain and the spinal cord. In that the meninges are present as the membranes and three layers of the meninges, and cerebrospinal fluid is present in that cavity. Then we see that the pleural cavity. In that pleural cavity, the pleural fluid is present. Pleural fluid is present, which is present in the lungs, of the inner and outer layers of the lungs. And pericardium cavity, in which the peritoneal fluid is present, and peritoneum membrane is present in that cavity. And another one is the um, pelvic cavity and abdominal cavity, which is present in the pancreas, intestine, stomach, and pelvic cavity, which is present into the reproductive organs. So this is all about the cavity which is present into the human body. Thank you so much.